Have you ever spoken words that changed your entire life without knowing it? Emma Carter would remember that October afternoon in Bryant Park for the rest of her days, not because of what she planned, but because of what she said. She's walking through the Saturday crowd when she sees him, a little boy, maybe 5 years old, crumpled near the fountain's edge, dark curls, tear-streaked face, sobbing, and not a single person stops. Emma watches for 30 seconds, a minute. The boy's cries grow more desperate, more panicked. Her feet carry her forward before her mind catches up. She kneels on the cool pavement beside him. "Hey, sweetheart, are you lost?" The boy doesn't respond. His small hands cover his face, his breathing ragged. Emma tries again, gentler. "Can you tell me your name?" Nothing. She scans the crowd for a parent, a guardian, anyone. But the faces passing by are blank walls of indifference. Then something clicks in Emma's mind. A memory from 3 years ago. A family in Milan who taught her their language, their dialect, their way of softening vowels like a lullaby. She switches to Italian. The words flow naturally, warmly, with the northern accent she learned from Signora Bellini. The moment Emma speaks, the boy's hands drop from his face. His tear-filled eyes lock onto hers with desperate hope. "Mamma," he whispers in Italian. Emma's chest tightens. "No, sweetheart. But I'm here. You're safe now." The boy reaches for her hand, gripping it like she's the only solid thing in a tilting world. "What's your name?" Emma asks in Italian. "Leo." "Leo, that's a strong name. We'll find your family, I promise." Behind them, sharp voices cut through the afternoon air. Emma turns to see 3 men in dark gray suits, moving through the crowd with mechanical precision. They're searching, hunting. One stops. His gaze finds Emma and Leo. He raises a phone to his ear, speaking urgently in Italian. "We found her. She's speaking Italian." The other 2 men pivot toward them. And then, through the parting crowd, another figure appears. Tall, broad-shouldered, late 30s. His charcoal suit fits like it was stitched onto his frame. Dark hair swept back from a face carved from stone and shadow. But it's his eyes that freeze Emma in place, gray as winter storms, sharp as shattered glass. Dominic Romano doesn't walk through the world. The world rearranges itself around him. Leo sees him and breaks into a run. "Uncle Nico," Dominic catches the boy, lifting him into his arms with surprising tenderness. Leo buries his face in Dominic's neck, sobbing in rapid Italian. Dominic's hand moves down the boy's back, soothing. "Easy, Leo, you're safe." Then his eyes lift to Emma. For 3 heartbeats, neither speaks. Emma feels measured, analyzed, catalogued. "Where did you learn that accent?" Dominic asks in Italian, his tone flat and controlled. Emma's throat goes dry. "I lived in Italy for a year, in Florence." Dominic's head tilts slightly. "Florence, but you speak with a northern accent, Milanese." Her pulse kicks up. "I stayed with a family there, in Milan, for 6 months." Dominic's expression doesn't change. He shifts Leo higher on his hip and gestures to one of his men, a tall figure with a scar cutting across his jaw. "Gabriel," Dominic says quietly, "get everything about her." Gabriel nods once. Dominic turns back to Emma. "Thank you for staying with him." It's not gratitude, it's dismissal. He walks away, Leo still clinging to his neck, and the crowd swallows them like they were never there. Emma stands alone by the fountain, her hands shaking. What just happened? Emma's apartment is too small and too quiet for a Saturday night. She sits on her worn sofa, a linguistics textbook open on her lap, but the words blur into meaningless shapes. Her mind keeps circling back to the little boy in the park, to those storm-gray eyes. Get everything about her. What did that mean? She sets the book aside and moves to the window. Outside, the city glows in shades of amber and shadow. Somewhere out there, Leo is probably safe in bed. But Emma can't shake the memory of his voice, the way he called her mama, the desperate trust in his small hand. She hasn't thought about Florence, about the Bellini family, in 3 years. The warmth of Signora Bellini's kitchen, the patient way she taught Emma the old northern dialect, the year Emma finally felt like she belonged somewhere. Emma presses her forehead against the cool glass. I wasn't born there. I don't belong there. But Leo's voice echoes, Mama, and Dominic Romano's words, get everything. She closes the curtains and retreats to her bedroom. But sleep comes slowly, filled with dreams of crying children and men in gray suits watching from shadows. Monday morning arrives like an unwelcome guest. Emma teaches her advanced phonetics seminar in a windowless classroom on NYU's 3rd floor. 18 undergraduates stare at her while she explains vowel shifts in Romance languages. She's halfway through when the door opens. A woman in a crisp blouse enters. Excuse me, Professor Carter? Emma blinks. Assistant professor, yes? Someone is here to see you. He's waiting in the faculty lounge. Emma's stomach drops. Who? The woman hesitates. He didn't give a name, but he said it was urgent. Emma dismisses her class early and follows the woman down the hall, each footstep echoing her racing heartbeat. The faculty lounge is empty, except for one man. He stands by the window, back to the door, hands clasped behind him. Tall, immaculate dark suit. When he turns, Emma recognizes him. The man from the park, the one with the scar. Miss Carter, he says, his voice smooth as cold steel. My name is Gabriel Reed. I work for Mr. Romano. Emma's hands curl into fists. What do you want? Gabriel's expression remains neutral. Mr. Romano would like to extend an invitation, dinner tonight, to thank you for helping his nephew. It's not mandatory, Gabriel continues evenly, but it would be appreciated. Emma's pulse hammers. Get everything. And if I refuse? Gabriel tilts his head slightly. Then I leave, and Mr. Romano will understand. But something in his eyes suggests otherwise. Emma exhales slowly. Where? I'll send a car at 7, business casual attire. He hands her a card, matte black, no name, just an address in Tribeca. Then he's gone, the door closing behind him with a soft click. Emma stares at the card. This is insane. I should throw it away. Forget this happened. But she doesn't, because somewhere in her mind, she still hears Leo's voice, still sees Dominic's searching gaze. At 7 o'clock, Emma stands on the curb in a navy blouse and charcoal slacks. A black sedan pulls up. The driver opens the door without speaking. Emma slides into the back seat, her heart pounding against her ribs. The city blurs past tinted windows as they drive south into Tribeca. The car stops in front of a glass building with no sign. Gabriel waits by the entrance. This way, he says. They ride an elevator to the 20th floor in silence. When the doors open, Emma steps into a private dining room that feels like a penthouse. Floor-to-ceiling windows overlook the Hudson River. A single table set for 3, not 2, 3. and standing by the window is Dominic Romano. He turns. Miss Carter, thank you for coming. Emma forces breath into her lungs. You didn't really give me a choice. Dominic's mouth curves, not quite a smile. You always have a choice. He gestures to the table. Please, sit. Leo will join us shortly. Emma's eyes widen. Leo's here? He insisted. Dominic pulls out a chair for her. He hasn't stopped talking about you. Emma sits slowly, her thoughts spinning. A moment later, a door opens and Leo rushes in. His face transforms when he sees Emma. Emma, he shouts, running to her. She catches him in a hug, her heart swelling. Hello, sweetheart. Leo clings to her, speaking rapid Italian. I thought I wouldn't see you again. Emma's throat tightens. I'm here now. Leo pulls back, his small hands gripping hers. You won't leave? Not yet, Emma promises softly. Dominic watches them, his expression unreadable. If you're drawn into this story, if you want to know what happens when two worlds collide in the most unexpected ways, subscribe now, because what comes next will surprise you, I promise. Dinner is served, risotto, golden and fragrant. Leo sits between them, chattering in Italian about his day, his school, his favorite cartoons. Emma responds in kind, her accent slipping naturally into the northern patterns. Dominic barely touches his food. He watches Emma with the intensity of someone solving a puzzle. When Leo excuses himself to the restroom, Dominic leans forward. Who in your family is Italian? He asks directly. Who taught you the northern dialect? Emma sets her fork down. No one in my family is Italian. Then how? I told you, the Bellinis. The woman who hosted me spoke Milanese at home. She taught me. Dominic's eyes narrow. Most exchange students don't absorb a regional dialect in 6 months. Emma meets his gaze steadily. I have an ear for languages. It's why I became a linguist. Dominic studies her, as if trying to read truth beneath her skin. You sound exactly like my sister, he says quietly. Emma's chest constricts. I'm sorry for your loss. Don't be. Dominic's jaw tenses. It's just remarkable, the similarity. Leo returns then, climbing back into his chair and reaching for Emma's hand. Dominic watches the gesture, his confusion deepening visibly. Why does he trust her so completely? When dessert arrives and Leo still refuses to release Emma's hand, Dominic's unease grows. As dinner ends, Leo's eyes grow heavy. He leans against Emma's shoulder, yawning. I should get him to bed, Dominic says, standing. Leo's grip on Emma tightens. No, Emma stays. Emma has to go home, Leo. No. Leo's voice cracks. Please, Uncle Nico, please. Emma's heart breaks. She looks at Dominic, who seems torn between protocol and his nephew's distress. Just for a few minutes, Emma offers gently, until he falls asleep. Dominic hesitates, then nods. Gabriel drives them to Dominic's penthouse, a sprawling space with marble floors and windows overlooking the city. Emma tucks Leo into bed, singing a soft Italian lullaby she learned from Signora Bellini years ago. Leo's eyes drift closed, his breathing evening out. When Emma emerges, Dominic waits in the hallway. Thank you. He's a sweet boy. He lost his mother 2 years ago. He doesn't connect with people anymore, not like this. Emma's throat tightens. I'm glad I could help. Dominic steps closer, his voice dropping. I need to understand something. You sound like Sophia. You reach Leo in ways no one else can. Who are you, really? Emma's pulse quickens. I'm just a graduate assistant who happened to speak Italian at the right moment. I don't believe in coincidences. maybe you should. Dominic's gaze holds hers. Gabriel will take you home. It's a dismissal. Emma nods and follows Gabriel to the elevator. But as the doors close, she sees Dominic still standing in the hallway, watching her with eyes full of suspicion and something else she can't name. 3 days pass in silence that feels like suspension. Emma goes to work, teaches her classes, grades papers, smiles at colleagues, and pretends everything is normal. But every night when she walks home, she feels it, the weight of observation, eyes tracking her movements. Sometimes she sees the black car, sometimes she doesn't. But she always feels watched. On Thursday evening, her phone buzzes. It's Gabriel. Mr. Romano requests your presence. Saturday, 2 p.m., Bryant Park. Emma's hands shake as she types. Why? Leo asks for you. 3 words. That's all it takes. Emma types back. I'll be there. Saturday arrives with pale autumn light and a crisp wind that smells like coming winter. Emma stands near the fountain in Bryant Park, the same place where everything began. She's wearing jeans and a sweater, trying to look casual even though her heart is doing gymnastics in her chest. At exactly 2 o'clock, Leo appears. He's holding Dominic's hand, his small legs working double time to keep up. He's wearing a little jacket with dinosaurs on it and light-up sneakers that flash with every step. When he sees Emma, his entire face illuminates like someone turned on the sun. Emma, he shouts, breaking free and running toward her with his arms outstretched. Emma catches him, laughing as he crashes into her legs with the full force of his small body. Hello, sweetheart. I'm so happy to see you. Me too, me too, me too. Leo practically vibrates with excitement. I told Uncle Nico you would come. I knew you would. Dominic approaches more slowly, his expression guarded but less hostile than before. He's been counting down the days. Emma ruffles Leo's hair. Have you, sweetheart? Leo nods so vigorously his whole body moves. Can we go to the carousel, please? Uncle Nico said we could if you wanted to. Emma glances at Dominic, who gives a slight nod. Then let's go to the carousel. They walk through the park together, Leo between them, holding both their hands. The boy chatters in Italian, pointing at everything. Squirrels racing up trees, pigeons fighting over a pretzel, a dog that looks like it's smiling, clouds that look like dragons. Emma responds to everything, matching his energy, encouraging his observations. She glances at Dominic and catches him watching her with an expression she can't quite read. Not suspicion, something softer, more like wonder. When they reach the carousel, Leo tugs Emma toward the horses with both hands. You have to come too, Uncle Nico, Leo insists, his voice adamant. Both of you. Dominic hesitates for just a moment, and in that hesitation, Emma sees something. This serious granite man isn't sure how to play, isn't sure how to be anything other than the protector. Come on, Emma says with a small smile. When was the last time you rode a carousel? I've never ridden a carousel, Dominic admits. Leo's eyes go wide. Never. You have to. You have to. So Dominic climbs on beside them, looking slightly awkward on a painted horse, clearly designed for children. As the carousel begins to spin, Emma watches Leo's pure joy, his laughter ringing clear and bright, his eyes sparkling, his small hands gripping the pole with delighted determination. But when she glances at Dominic, she finds him watching her instead of Leo. Their eyes meet across the spinning carousel, and something passes between them. Not words, something deeper. acknowledgement perhaps, or the beginning of trust. After the carousel, they walk to a small cafe nearby. Leo wants hot chocolate with marshmallows, he specifies very seriously. They sit at an outdoor table, even though the air is cool. Leo sits between them, his small legs swinging under the table. Chocolate already smeared across his upper lip. Emma wipes his face with a napkin, and Leo giggles, squirming away, with theatrical protest. Dominic watches this interaction, his expression softening by degrees, like ice slowly melting in spring sun. "You're good with him," he says quietly. "He makes it easy." "Not for most people." Dominic pauses, his fingers wrapped around his coffee cup. "He hasn't laughed like this since Sophia died. Most days, getting him to smile feels like pulling teeth." Emma's chest aches. "He's healing. It just takes time." "Maybe." Dominic's gaze intensifies, focusing on her like she's the only thing in the world that matters. Or maybe he just needed the right person. Emma doesn't know how to respond to that. Dominic leans forward slightly, his voice dropping. "I need to ask you something, and I need complete honesty. Can you give me that?" Emma's pulse quickens. "I'll try." "Are you working for someone? Were you sent to infiltrate my family? To get close to Leo? To me?" The question hits like a physical blow, unexpected and sharp. Emma blinks, genuinely shocked. "What? No, of course not." "Then why?" Dominic's voice is urgent now, almost desperate. "Why do you speak exactly like my sister? Why does Leo respond to you the way he responded to her? Why does everything about you feel like it was designed specifically to reach him?" "Because I learned from someone who spoke the same dialect." Emma leans forward too, her voice firm. "I'm not a spy, Mr. Romano. I'm not working for anyone. I'm a 27-year-old graduate student who makes $30,000 a year teaching undergraduates. I live in a fourth-floor walk-up with a broken radiator. I have student loans and a dissertation I'm behind on. I'm not some operative. I'm just someone who happened to speak Italian at the right moment." Dominic searches her face intently, like he's trying to read truth beneath her skin. Leo, oblivious to the tension crackling across the table, reaches for Emma's hand. "Emma, can you teach me a new song? One Mama used to sing?" Emma forces her expression to soften. "I don't know the songs your mama sang, sweetheart." "But you sound like her, so maybe you know the same songs?" Emma's throat tightens. "I can teach you songs I know. Would that be okay?" Leo nods enthusiastically, so Emma sings softly, conscious of being in public. A gentle Italian folk song about a little bird learning to fly. Leo listens with rapt attention, then tries to join in, his small voice sweet and off-key. Dominic watches them with an expression that Emma can't fully read. But she sees his jaw relax, sees something in his eyes that might be acceptance, or at least the beginning of it. As the afternoon fades into evening, the sun painting the sky in shades of orange and pink, Gabriel arrives to take them home. Leo clings to Emma, his small arms wrapped around her waist, his face pressed against her stomach. "Don't leave," he whispers in Italian. "Please don't leave." Emma kneels so they're eye to eye. "I'll see you again soon, I promise." Leo looks at Dominic with desperate hope. "Promise she'll come back?" Dominic hesitates for just a heartbeat, then he nods. "Promise." Satisfied, Leo releases Emma and climbs into Gabriel's car. As they prepare to leave, Emma turns to Dominic. "Do you believe me?" she asks quietly. "That I'm not working for anyone?" Dominic is silent for a long moment, his gray eyes searching hers. I want to believe you. Then try harder, Emma says, her voice soft but firm. Because I'm not going anywhere if Leo needs me. Whatever suspicions you have, whatever concerns, I'm not abandoning that little boy. Dominic's expression shifts, surprise flickering across his face, followed by something that might be respect. Listen to me carefully, Emma. His voice drops low, urgent. Not everyone in my world is as patient as I am. If others learn about you, about how Leo responds to you, they'll have questions, theories. Some of those theories will be dangerous. Should I be afraid? I don't know yet, Dominic says honestly. But I'm asking you to be cautious. Watch your surroundings. If anything feels wrong, call Gabriel immediately. He hands her a card with a phone number. Before Emma can respond, Dominic walks away, disappearing into Gabriel's car. Emma stands alone in the park, watching the car drive away, the card heavy in her hand. That night, as Emma walks home, she feels it intensify, the weight of observation on her back like physical pressure. She glances over her shoulder. A black car follows her, different from Gabriel's. She's learned to recognize his vehicle, slow and deliberate, maintaining a consistent distance. Her heart slams against her ribs. She quickens her pace. The car keeps pace. Emma turns down a side street, her breath coming in short gasps. Her keys are in her hand, gripped between her fingers like a weapon she has no idea how to use. The car follows around the corner. When she finally reaches her apartment building, she fumbles with the lock, her hands shaking so badly she almost drops the keys. She gets inside, locks the door behind her, and leans against it with her chest heaving. Through the window, she can see the car still there, idling at the curb, watching. Her phone buzzes. A text from Gabriel's number. The boss thinks you're not an accident. You sound too much like Leo's mother. Others are watching now. Be extremely careful. Emma's blood runs cold. She texts back with shaking fingers. Who is watching me? The response is immediate. People who don't trust easily. People who see you as either a threat or an opportunity. Until we know which, you're in a gray area. Lock your doors. Don't go anywhere alone. Emma peers through the window again. The car is still there. And now she sees a second one, parked further down the street. 2 cars, 2 sets of watchers. Emma backs away from the window, her heart racing, and sinks onto her sofa with her phone clutched in her hand. What have I walked into? Monday morning brings rain, cold and relentless, drumming against Emma's classroom windows like fingers impatiently tapping. She's in the middle of a lecture on glottal stops when her phone vibrates in her pocket, then again and again, 5 times in rapid succession. Emma tries to ignore it, but the buzzing is insistent, urgent. Take 5 minutes, she tells her students, who look delighted at the unexpected break. She steps into the hallway and checks her phone. 5 missed calls from Mila Torres. Emma's stomach drops. Mila never calls during work hours, never. She dials back immediately. Mila answers on the first ring, her voice tight with stress. Emma, thank God. Are you okay? I'm fine. What's going on? Someone came to my apartment last night. Mila's voice shakes. A man, tall, maybe 6'2", dressed like some kind of federal agent or private security. He wanted to know about you. Emma's blood turns to ice. The hallway suddenly feels too cold, too bright. What did he want to know? Everything about Italy, about why you went there. About the Bellinis, he knew their names, Emma. He had done research. About why you learned Italian. About who you've been seeing recently. About whether you'd mentioned anyone new in your life. Emma's hand tightens on her phone. What did you tell him? Nothing. Mila's voice rises with indignation and fear. I told him to leave or I'd call the police. He left. But Emma, her voice drops. He said, tell her we're just making sure she is who she says she is. Tell her some people need proof. Emma leans against the wall, her legs suddenly unsteady. Did he threaten you? No, not exactly, but the implication was there. Like he could come back any time he wanted. Mila's voice softens. Emma, what is happening? Who are these people? Is this about that man from the park? The one with the child? Yes. Who is he? Emma closes her eyes. Someone with a complicated family, someone whose world is very different from ours. That's not an answer. It's the only one I have right now. Mila is quiet for a moment. Emma, I love you. You're my best friend. But these people, they're not normal. They're dangerous. Whatever this is, please be careful. Promise me. I promise. Mean it. I do. Emma's voice cracks slightly. I promise, Mila. I'll be careful. But even as she says it, Emma knows she's already in too deep to be truly careful. After the call ends, Emma stands in the empty hallway, her mind racing. Someone is investigating her. Someone beyond Dominic. Someone who goes to friends' apartments and asks questions that feel like threats wrapped in courtesy. Her phone buzzes again. A text from an unknown number. Not Gabriel's. We need to talk. My office. Now. Dr. Emma's hands shake as she types back. I'm teaching. The response is immediate. Cancel it. Emma stares at the text for 3 heartbeats. Then she goes back into her classroom and tells her students that class is canceled due to a family emergency. They look delighted. Emma feels sick. 20 minutes later, Emma is in the back of Gabriel's car, heading downtown. Gabriel doesn't speak, doesn't offer explanations. His face is stone. Dominic's office is in a sleek high-rise in the financial district, all steel and glass and power. The lobby whispers money through marble floors and abstract art that probably costs more than Emma's car. Gabriel escorts her to a private elevator that requires a key card. They ride to the 20th floor in silence, so complete Emma can hear her own heartbeat. The elevator opens directly into Dominic's office. It's vast. Floor-to-ceiling windows overlook the city, like Dominic owns it. Dark wood furniture, leather chairs, a massive desk that looks like it was carved from a single piece of stone. The faint scent of espresso and something else, leather maybe, or expensive cologne. Dominic stands by the window, his back to her, hands in his pockets. He's in a charcoal suit that probably costs more than Emma's monthly rent. Close the door, he says without turning. Emma does. Dominic turns. His expression is grim, harder than she's seen it before. Someone's been asking about you. I know, they went to my friend's apartment last night. Dominic's jaw tightens visibly. Gabriel is handling it. Handling it how? That's not your concern. It is if they're targeting my friends. Emma's voice rises despite herself. You can't just say you're handling it and expect me to. Do you understand what you've walked into? Dominic's voice cuts through hers like a blade. Do you have any idea what my world looks like? No, Emma says, forcing herself to stay calm. Because you haven't told me. You've made cryptic warnings and sent bodyguards and had people investigate me, but you haven't actually explained anything. Dominic crosses the room in 3 strides, stopping just in front of her, close enough that Emma can see the silver flecks in his gray eyes. My family isn't conventional. We handle protection services, territory management. We have interests in import-export businesses that operate in moral gray areas. We're what people call mafia, Emma. Old-world Italian-American organized crime. Emma's breath catches, but she doesn't step back. Go on. My sister was killed because someone wanted to weaken my position in the organization. They set a trap at a family gathering. Sophia got Leo out, but she didn't make it. Leo watched his mother die trying to save him. Emma's chest tightens so hard it's painful. I'm so sorry. Someone in my organization thinks you're a threat or a tool. They're trying to figure out who you are, who sent you, and what your real purpose is. No one sent me. I know that now. Dominic's voice softens fractionally. But my cousin Enzo doesn't, and he's the one who sent people to question your friend. Your cousin? He's been trying to take control of the family for years. He thinks I'm weak because I prioritize protecting Leo over expanding territory. And now he thinks you're either my secret weapon or my fatal weakness. Emma's hands curl into fists. What does he want? To prove I'm compromised, to use you against me, to show the family that my judgment is clouded by sentiment. So what do we do? Dominic blinks. His expression shifts. We. You said it yourself. I'm already involved. So what do we do? Dominic stares at her for a long moment, and Emma sees something shift in his eyes. You should walk away. Go back to your normal life. Forget you ever met us. No, Emma, I'm not leaving Leo. Her voice is firm as granite, absolute. He trusts me. He needs me. He's a little boy who watched his mother die, and for some reason I make him feel safe. I won't abandon him just because your family is complicated. Dominic's expression shifts through several emotions: surprise, confusion, and finally something that might be respect. You're either very brave or very foolish, he says quietly. Maybe both. Emma lifts her chin. But I'm not running. Dominic's hand rises, hesitates in the air between them, then brushes a strand of hair from her face with surprising gentleness. I don't want you to get hurt. Then protect me, Emma says. But don't push me away. Teach me the rules. Tell me what to watch for. Give me the tools to be safe. But don't ask me to abandon that little boy. Dominic's gaze holds hers, intense and searching. If you really stay, you need to understand what that means. My world is dangerous. There are rules you can't break, lines you can't cross, people who will see you as an asset or a liability, never just as a person. Then teach me how to navigate it. Dominic exhales slowly, and Emma sees the moment he makes a decision. All right, but from now on, Gabriel stays with you everywhere. No exceptions. Everywhere? Everywhere. Dominic's voice is non-negotiable. He drives you to work, walks you to your classroom, waits outside, drives you home. Until I know you're safe, you don't go anywhere alone. Emma wants to protest. The loss of privacy, of freedom, feels suffocating. But then she thinks of Leo's small hand in hers, his trust, his laughter. Okay, she agrees. For the next 3 days, Gabriel becomes Emma's constant shadow. He drives her to NYU in a car with tinted windows, waits in the hallway outside her classroom, his presence causing whispers among students and raised eyebrows from colleagues, walks 3 steps behind her in the cafeteria, drives her home and waits until she's inside with the door locked before leaving. Emma tries to ignore the stares, the whispered questions, the colleague who asks if everything is okay. Family situation, Emma says, which isn't exactly a lie. On Thursday evening, Dominic calls her directly for the first time. "Can you come to dinner at the penthouse? Leo's been asking about you." Emma's heart lifts despite everything. "When?" "Tonight, 7 o'clock. Gabriel will bring you." Okay, when Emma arrives, Leo is waiting by the elevator doors. The instant they open, he throws himself at her with the full force of his small body. "Emma, you're here." Emma catches him, laughing. "Hello, sweetheart. I'm so happy to see you." "I made you a picture." Leo grabs her hand and drags her inside. "Come see, come see." The penthouse feels different tonight, warmer somehow. There's music playing softly, classical Italian. The lights are dimmed, candles flicker on the dining table. Leo shows Emma his picture, a crayon drawing of 3 stick figures, one tall, one medium, one small. "That's Uncle Nico, that's you, and that's me. We're a family now." Emma's throat closes completely. She looks up to find Dominic standing in the kitchen doorway, watching them. His expression is softer than she's ever seen it. "He's been working on that all afternoon," Dominic says quietly. "Dinner is pasta carbonara. Dominic made it himself," he admits with slight embarrassment. "And it's surprisingly good." They eat together, the 3 of them, with Leo chattering between them about his day, his school, a funny thing his teacher said. After dinner, Leo falls asleep on the couch, his head in Emma's lap, exhausted from excitement. Emma strokes his hair gently, and Dominic sits across from them, his elbows on his knees, hands clasped. "He loves you," Dominic says softly. "I love him too." Dominic's gaze lifts to hers. "I need to tell you something about Sophia, about what happened." Emma's hand stills in Leo's hair. "Okay." "She died protecting him. There was an ambush at a family event, a rival organization trying to send a message. Sophia saw it happening, saw the danger, and she got Leo out. She pushed him into a closet and told him to stay quiet no matter what he heard." Dominic's voice cracks. "She died in the hallway outside that closet, and Leo heard everything." Emma's eyes fill with tears. "Oh God, Dominic." "He didn't speak for 3 months after. When he finally started talking again, it was only in Italian, only using the words Sophia used. It was like he was trying to keep her alive through language." Emma's tears spill over. "She was incredibly brave. She was everything good about our family." Dominic's voice is rough with emotion. "And when she died, that goodness died with her. I thought it was gone forever. Until you." Emma's throat tightens. "I'm not replacing her." "I know." Dominic's hand reaches across the space between them, finding hers. "But you're reminding us that goodness still exists, that there's still something worth protecting, something worth becoming better for." Emma's fingers curl around his, warm and steady. "You're already better than you think." Dominic's expression cracks, just slightly, just enough for Emma to see the man beneath the armor. For a long moment, neither speaks. Then Dominic's phone buzzes. He glances at it, his expression darkening immediately. "I have to go, business." His jaw tightens. "Stay with Gabriel. Don't go anywhere alone, not even in this building." "What's wrong?" "Nothing you need to worry about." But his eyes tell a different story. "Just promise me you'll be careful." "I promise." Dominic stands, hesitates, then leans down and kisses Leo's forehead gently. When he straightens, his eyes meet Emma's, and something passes between them. A promise, maybe, or a warning. Then he's gone, and Emma is left alone with a sleeping child and the feeling that something is about to change. Friday evening arrives with a charity gala at the Plaza Hotel, an annual event the Romano family sponsors for children's hospitals. Emma wasn't planning to attend until Dominic called that morning. "I need you there. Leo will be there, and I'd feel better if you were too." So Emma puts on her one cocktail dress, simple navy blue, and lets Gabrielle drive her to the plaza. The ballroom is opulent, crystal chandeliers, marble floors, designer gowns, and tuxedos everywhere. Emma feels wildly out of place, but then she sees Leo standing beside Dominic near the bar, looking small and uncomfortable in his little suit. When Leo spots her, his face transforms. "Emma!" He runs to her, throwing his arms around her waist. Emma kneels, hugging him back. "Hello, sweetheart. You look so handsome." Leo beams. "Uncle Nico made me wear a tie." "It's a very nice tie." Dominic approaches, his expression softening when he sees them together. "Thank you for coming." "Of course." The evening progresses slowly. Emma stays close to Leo, entertaining him with stories while Dominic navigates the room, shaking hands and making polite conversation. But Emma notices something. Dominic's cousin, a tall man in his 40s with slicked back hair and a smile that doesn't reach his eyes. He watches Dominic with barely concealed disdain. "That's Enzo," Gabriel murmurs beside her. "Stay away from him." Emma nods. An hour into the event, Emma steps away to the restroom. When she returns, Leo is gone. Her heart stops. She scans the ballroom frantically. No Leo. She finds Dominic talking to donors. "Where's Leo?" Dominic's expression changes instantly. "He was with Lucia, his caretaker." "I don't see either of them." Dominic's jaw tightens. He signals Gabriel, who disappears into the crowd. Emma's pulse hammers. "I'll check the lobby." She moves quickly through the ballroom into the marble lobby, and there, near the revolving doors, she sees him, Leo, alone. His small figure frozen in the middle of the crowded space, his eyes wide with panic. "Leo," Emma calls, rushing toward him. Leo sees her and bursts into tears, running to her. Emma catches him, scooping him into her arms. "Sweetheart, what happened? Where's Lucia?" "She was talking to someone, then I couldn't find her. I looked everywhere." Leo's voice breaks. "I was so scared." Emma's chest tightens. She holds him close, her hand smoothing down his back. "You're safe now, I've got you." Behind her, footsteps. Dominic appears, his face pale. "Leo?" Leo reaches for him, and Dominic takes him from Emma, holding him tight. "I'm sorry, Uncle Nico," Leo whispers in Italian. "I got lost." "It's not your fault." Dominic's voice is rough. "Where's Lucia?" Gabrielle appears, expression grim. "She's in the coat check area. Says someone called her away. Emergency with her daughter." Dominic's eyes narrow dangerously. "How convenient?" Emma's stomach drops. "You think someone orchestrated this?" Dominic doesn't answer. His gaze finds hers, and something shifts in his expression. No longer doubt, but acknowledgement. "He trusts you," Dominic says quietly, "more than anyone else." Emma's throat tightens. "He knows I won't leave him." Dominic's hand finds her shoulder, squeezing gently. "Thank you." The gala ends early for them. Dominic takes Leo home and Emma follows. In the penthouse, Leo refuses to let Emma go. He sits on her lap while Dominic makes hot chocolate, his small hands gripping her sleeve. "I thought you weren't coming back," Leo whispers. Emma's heart breaks. "I'll always come back, sweetheart. Always." Dominic brings the hot chocolate and sits beside them, his expression heavy. "I'm removing Lucia from her position," he says quietly. "This wasn't an accident." "Enzo?" Emma asks. "Most likely." Dominic's jaw tightens. "He wanted to prove I can't protect Leo, that I'm distracted. By me. By everything." Dominic's gaze lifts to hers. "But he was wrong. You found Leo faster than any of my men could." Emma doesn't know what to say. Leo yawns, his eyes drifting closed. Dominic carries him to bed, and Emma follows, tucking the blankets around him. "Stay," Leo mumbles. "Please stay." Emma looks at Dominic, who nods. "I'll stay," Emma whispers, "until you fall asleep." She sits on the edge of the bed, singing softly in Italian until Leo's breathing evens out. When she emerges, Dominic waits in the hallway. "You should stay here tonight. Guest room, it's safer." "Dominic, please." His voice is raw. "I can't let anything happen to you." Emma's chest tightens. "Okay." Emma wakes in Dominic's guest room to the sound of raised voices. She pulls on her clothes from the previous night and steps into the hallway. Dominic is in his office, the door partially open. She can hear him clearly. "You let him get lost," Dominic says, his voice cold and controlled. "It was an accident." Another voice, male, smooth, condescending. "The caretaker was called away. These things happen." Convenient timing, right when Emma was at the event. "That girl," the voice, Enzo's voice, turns sharp. "You're letting some random woman distract you from what matters." "She's not random." "No?" Enzo laughs. "Then what is she?" "Because she speaks Italian too much like your sister. Don't you find it strange?" Emma's breath catches. "She learned from a family in Milan," Dominic says evenly. "Or she's been sent by someone who knows exactly how to manipulate you. Use your dead sister to get to your nephew." "Enough." "You're weak, Dominic. You always have been. Sophia made you soft. And now this girl—" The sound of something hitting a desk cuts Enzo off. "Get out," Dominic says, his voice deadly quiet. "And if you come near Leo or Emma again, you won't like the consequences." "You'd threaten your own family?" "You stopped being family when you put Leo in danger to prove a point." Silence, then footsteps, heavy, angry. Enzo storms out of the office, nearly colliding with Emma in the hallway. He stops, his eyes raking over her with cold assessment. "So you're the one." Emma lifts her chin. "I don't know what you're talking about." "You will." Enzo leans close, his voice dropping. "You think you're safe because Dominic protects you? You're not. You're a liability, and liabilities don't last long in our world." Emma's heart slams, but she doesn't flinch. "Are you threatening me?" Enzo smiles, cold and calculating. "I'm educating you." He walks away, and Emma's legs nearly give out. Dominic appears in the doorway, his expression furious. "Did he touch you?" "No, just words." Dominic's jaw works. "What did he say?" "That I'm a liability." Emma's voice shakes slightly. "Is that true?" Dominic steps closer, his hands finding her shoulders. "No, you're not a liability. You're the best thing that's happened to us in years." Emma's eyes prick with tears. "What are you going to do about Enzo?" "Remove him from the organization permanently." Emma's breath catches. "You mean, not kill him?" Dominic says quickly. "Exile. Cut him off. He'll have no power, no influence, nothing. Will that be enough? It has to be. Dominic's gaze holds hers. Because I can't protect Leo and fight my own family at the same time. Emma's hand covers his. You're not alone in this anymore. Dominic's expression cracks just slightly. No, I'm not. Later that morning, after Dominic handles Enzo's exile from the family, he finds Emma in the living room with Leo. They're reading a book together, Italian fairy tales, and Leo is curled against her side, completely content. Dominic stands in the doorway watching them. This is what safety looks like, what home feels like. He clears his throat, and they both look up. Everything okay? Emma asks. Yes, Dominic's voice is quiet. It's handled. Emma nods, relief flooding her features. Leo yawns, rubbing his eyes. Can Emma stay forever? Dominic's gaze meets Emma's. Would you want that? He asks softly. Emma's breath catches. Want what? To stay, here, with us. Emma's eyes fill with tears. That's a significant commitment. I know. And what about us? What are we to each other? Dominic crosses the room, kneeling in front of her. I don't have all the answers, but I want to find out, if you'll let me. Emma's hand lifts to his cheek. I'm scared. So am I. But I don't want to leave. Dominic's eyes close. Then don't. Leo looks between them, his small face serious. Does this mean Emma's staying? Dominic opens his eyes, meeting Emma's gaze. If she wants to. Emma's tears spill over. Yes, I want to. Leo throws his arms around both of them, and Emma laughs through her tears. Dominic's arms wrap around them both, holding them close. And for the first time in years, the penthouse feels like more than just a place to sleep. It feels like home. 3 weeks later, Emma is grading papers at Dominic's kitchen island. Her kitchen island now, when Leo runs in, still in his pajamas. Emma, guess what? She sets her pen down, smiling. What, sweetheart? Uncle Nico says we can get a dog. Emma laughs. Does he now? Dominic appears in the doorway, coffee cup in hand, his hair still damp from the shower. I said we'd talk about it. Leo bounces on his toes. That means yes. That means maybe, Dominic corrects, but his eyes are warm. Leo runs off to find his shoes, and Dominic crosses to Emma, dropping a kiss on her temple. Morning. Emma tilts her head back to look at him. A dog? He's been asking for weeks. And you're actually considering it? Dominic shrugs. You said I should learn to say yes to good things. Emma's chest fills with warmth. I did say that. Besides, Dominic's hand finds hers. A dog means permanence, stability, family. Emma's eyes prick with tears. Yes, it does. Later that morning, they take Leo to the park, the same park where everything began. Leo runs ahead, laughing, while Emma and Dominic walk hand in hand. Do you ever think about that day? Emma asks. When I found him? Every day, Dominic admits. It was the day my life changed. Mine too. Dominic stops walking, turning to face her. I need to tell you something. Emma's heart skips. Okay, Enzo's gone. He left the organization entirely, moved to Florida. Emma exhales. That's good news. It is. Dominic's thumb brushes over her knuckles. It means we're safe, all of us. And your work? I'm transitioning. Gabriel's taking over most operations. I'm focusing on legitimate business now. Real estate, import consulting. Emma's eyes widen. In Dominic. I want to be the man you think I am, he says quietly. The man Leo needs me to be, And that means leaving the old world behind. Emma's throat tightens. That's incredibly brave and motivational. It's terrifying, Dominic corrects, but it's also necessary. Knowing I have something worth changing for makes it possible. Emma's tears spill over. I'm so proud of you. Dominic pulls her close, his arms wrapping around her. I couldn't do it without you. Yes, you could. Maybe. He kisses the top of her head. But I don't want to. They find Leo by the fountain, the same fountain where Emma first spoke to him in Italian. He's talking to another little boy, showing him how to skip stones across the water. Emma watches, her heart full. He's healing, Dominic says softly. So are you. Dominic's hand finds hers again. So are we. Leo runs back to them, his face bright. Can we get ice cream? Emma laughs. Absolutely. They walk to the ice cream stand on the corner, Leo between them, holding both their hands. Emma orders vanilla. Dominic gets espresso. Leo chooses chocolate with far too many sprinkles. They sit on a bench in the sun, Leo chattering happily about the dog he wants to name Biscuit. Emma leans against Dominic's shoulder, her heart quiet and content. This is good, she murmurs. Yeah, Dominic agrees. It really is. That night, after Leo's asleep, Dominic and Emma sit on the penthouse balcony, wrapped in a blanket, watching the city lights. I have something for you, Dominic says. Emma turns. What? He pulls a small velvet box from his pocket. Emma's breath catches. Dominic, it's not what you think. He opens the box, revealing a delicate silver key on a chain. It's a key to this place, to our home. Emma's eyes fill with tears. Our home. If you want it to be. Dominic's voice is soft. I know it's fast. I know we're still figuring things out. But I don't want you to ever feel like you're a guest here. This is yours. Leo is yours. I'm yours. Emma takes the necklace with trembling hands. This is the most romantic thing anyone's ever done for me. Dominic's mouth curves. I'm learning. Emma laughs through her tears. You're doing wonderfully. He fastens the chain around her neck, his fingers lingering on her skin. I love you, he whispers. Emma turns to face him. I love you too. They kiss, soft and slow, as the city sparkles below them. Inside, through the glass door, Leo stirs in his sleep and calls out softly. Emma stands. I'll check on him. She slips inside and crosses to Leo's room. He's sitting up in bed, rubbing his eyes. Emma? I'm here, sweetheart. I had a dream about Mama. Emma sits on the edge of his bed. A good dream? Leo nods. She said she was happy, that we're safe now. Emma's throat tightens. We are safe. Because of you? Because of all of us. Leo lies back down, reaching for her hand. I love you, Emma. Emma's heart swells. I love you too, sweetheart. Can you be my Emma Mama, different from Mama, but still mine? Tears stream down Emma's face. Yes, sweetheart, I can be that. Leo nods, satisfied, and closes his eyes. Emma stays until he falls asleep, his small hand still holding hers. When she returns to the balcony, Dominic is standing at the railing, looking out at the city. She wraps her arms around him from behind, resting her cheek against his back. He's okay, she says, because of you, because of us. Dominic turns, pulling her close. I never thought I'd have this, a family, a future. You deserve it, Emma says firmly. You deserve all of it. Dominic's eyes shine. So do you. They stand there together, wrapped in each other's arms, as the city breathes around them. And somewhere in the distance, dawn begins to break, soft and golden and full of promise. Thank you for spending this hour with Emma, Dominic, and Leo. If this story touched your heart, if you believe in second chances, earned redemption, and love that heals, please subscribe and leave a comment sharing what moved you most. Your support helps us bring more inspirational stories of hope and romance to you every week. Until next time, may you find your own light in the darkness, and may love always lead you home.